Hi Leo, welcome to Dark Goddess Moon Tarot. I'm Olivia, and this is going to be for the sign of Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements, or any other major placement in your birth chart that you're working with right now. I am a South Node Leo, and South Node has to do with past lives, so our astrology birth charts they hold so much information, so I definitely recommend watching for, at the very least, your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements, especially if they randomly show up in your feed, okay? Today's reading is going to be asking Spirit, which hidden truths need to be revealed? Oh, that was quick. Thank you, Spirit. Anything else? Which hidden truths need to be revealed for Leo or anybody watching? Thank you. Oh my goodness. Okay, Wheel of Fortune in reverse on the bottom of the deck. So something might feel stuck, like your fortune might feel stuck. Something you feel in your gut that's fated for you might be stuck. Okay, so the cards that flew out, we have the Five of Cups, the King of Cups, and the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. And then the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom of the deck. So, is this related to the heart, Spirit? Matters of the heart? So Five of Cups is an energy of despair, gloominess, emotional agony, I'm hearing. You've been through a lot, Leo. And you might be feeling unworthy of something deep down you know you deserve. You're coming out as the King of Cups. Remember, it's not about gender, it's an energy. And the King of Cups is the most in touch with their emotions of all the kings. They are the most emotionally regulated. They are balanced in head and heart. But perhaps you've been feeling not so balanced in your heart. Head and heart. There's a call with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, and then, oh my gosh, the World in reverse too. Yeah, so there's like a completion of a cycle that needs to take place, or that wants to take place in your energy. But there's a block on that right now, and we'll get into that in a moment. But with the Eight of Pentacles coming out, and then we had the Seven of Wands and the Eight of Wands. 878 might be a number for someone. You might be seeing a lot of eights and a lot of sevens. This is a call to really hone in on what it is that you want, to put in the hard work, the dedication, the consistency that will be required. And you're going to have to defend yourself, whether that's against other people or other energies, or quite possibly other aspects of yourself, your shadow aspects. You might have to stand up against your shadow aspects, which could be believing that you don't deserve love or whatever it is. A better career, a better life. But by remaining stuck in this energy, which it's not your fault. This is everyone goes through this. It's a very normal energy to be stuck in. But you do deserve better. You do. Can I get more on that, Spirit, please? The Hierophant in reverse beneath the World in reverse. So when the Hierophant shows up in the reverse for me, this is a need to dismantle systems, oppressive systems that have been keeping you likely stuck in this energy. But remember, the King of Cups came out. You're meant to be here, honey, not here. You know? Like, if you've been in this energy for quite a long time, if this reading is resonating for you, like, your higher self is trying to tell you, like, deep down, you know it's time to complete the cycle. But there's that block there. Underneath that, we have the Nine of Wands, the wounded warrior. You might want to start watching tarot readings for your Chiron, whatever astrological sign is associated with your Chiron in your birth chart. Chiron is the wounded healer. That's important for someone. So, dismantling systems around your wounding, that's what needs to occur. That's a hidden truth. It's time to dismantle some systems, thought processes around your wounding. Okay? How can they do that, Spirit? It might have to do with wounding with love, because the Two of Cups is underneath that. It doesn't have to be, but Two of Cups, Five of Cups, King of Cups, a lot of you, this is about matters of the heart. Thank you. Anything else? I really am curious. What can they do? Thank you. Perfect. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Honey, we had the Four of Cups come out. We had a couple other cards come out, but let's talk about this one first. So, when we are in the Four of Cups energy, it can be a very apathetic energy, an indifferent energy, like indifferent to what possibilities around you that could potentially make your heart happy. It's almost like it's like you don't care. Perhaps because you've been stuck in this emotional agony. Some of you, it's like just extreme sadness and disappointment, maybe some regret, some remorse for your choices or actions. And then others, it's like you're at this point where it's just like a fuck it energy. Like, fuck it, you know? And some of you might be sort of going in between those two energies. That's so interesting. Okay. Yeah, the Three of Swords came out. So, heartbreak. But swords are mental energy. Cups are emotions. So it starts with our thoughts. Remember with the Hierophant in reverse, dismantling thought processes around your wounding. It's time to let the swords fall out. It's time to take the swords out, I'm hearing, and stitch up the wounds. In order to do that, we have the Hermit card. So, taking time to yourself to learn how it is that you got into this headspace, heart space in the first place. Taking some time to go within and rewire the brain when it comes to responding to your wounding, I'm hearing. Yeah, Seven of Swords underneath that. Seven of Swords is a card of deception, and in this case, it's self-deception, honey. It's a self-sabotage. Maybe because you believe you don't deserve love again because of mistakes you've made in the past, or maybe you feel like love, true love, or whatever it is that your heart is wanting, if it's not love, maybe you feel like it just doesn't exist because you've only seen it manifested in specific types of ways, but the universe is telling you in this reading that what you do want actually does exist. 1010 on the timer. 1010. So, tens are the completion of a cycle, right? And that's what the World card is the completion of a cycle. And the Wheel of Fortune is card number 10. Okay? The wheel is going to turn. You're going to complete the cycle, but it's going to take some dismantling of your thought processes to work on the self-sabotage energy that's going on. That looks like it's appearing as a shadow. So you might want to do some shadow work around self-sabotaging behaviors. You might want to read books written by therapists, behavioral therapists, or mental health professionals about self-sabotaging. You can listen to audiobooks if you prefer that to reading physical books. There are YouTube videos put out by that, but there's a self-sabotaging energy. King of Swords in reverse underneath that. This is a call to be less in your head and more in your heart. The King of Swords in the reverse can be overly analytical. So when you go to do this journey, this hermitage, Spirit is asking you to not be overly analytical or overly self-critical or overly critical of the process, okay? Because that will create more apathy and indifference to the gifts that the universe is trying to bestow upon you, Leo, or anybody watching. Thank you, Spirit. 6 of Cups underneath that, a need to revisit the past. Some of you are going to need to get a therapist. If you already have a therapist, you might want to be bringing up some of these issues that have caused the wounding, right? Or simply do shadow work on woundings of the past. Yeah, 8 of Swords in reverse just flew out. The Tower just flew out. Did you see that? Woo! So, and another one. Thank you so much. Okay. On the bottom of the deck, the unseen energy, we have Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So this is a severe need to take care of yourself physically, your physical vessel. Take better care of yourself. Nurture yourself. As if you were... It's almost like it's a very maternal energy, regardless of gender. We all have these energies accessible within us, should we choose to tap into them. There's something about needing to mother yourself. You may need to reparent yourself. That's what it is. You may need to reparent yourself. If you have a mother wound, especially, or a father wound, or a parent wound, right? But there's something on the maternal side here. You might have a mother wound. You might need to learn how to remother yourself. Whew. I'm going to start crying. I am just, whew, these readings today have been very emotional. But this is good. This is good. This is good. You know what card fell out face down right on top of the 7 of Swords is the 7 of Cups. 7-7. Yeah, you might be seeing a lot of 7s lately. A lot of 8s lately too. So 7 of Cups is the card of what appears to be options, but really, in my experience, it's illusions about options. Head in the clouds. There's a need to ground here. With the Queen of Pentacles being in reverse, I just saw 1441 on the timer. That might be a number you've been seeing a lot lately, or similar, like mirroring numbers you might be seeing a lot lately. Start keeping track of the numbers you're seeing repetitively. So 1441, You might be seeing that in the next coming days or weeks from your spirit team, from your higher self, from the universe, goddess, source, whatever you believe in. They're trying to talk to you, okay? They're trying to talk to you through numbers, especially. But other signs and synchronicities. We're going to pull charms, divination charms in the end. But Spirit really wanted me to reiterate that 1441, that's mirroring energy. So you might be mirroring the way you treat yourself, which is a self-sabotage based on illusions, likely from the past, likely from your childhood, likely from a mother wound, or something regarding not nurturing yourself, not loving yourself. And so we have a self-deception, we have an illusion in those two cards. And then with the Eight of Swords in reverse, this is like being stuck. Sometimes it's coming out of, but right now it's like a need, a severe need to come out of the Eight of Swords energy, which is self-imprisonment. It's another form of self-sabotage. It's like going around and around and around in a loop in your head. That's why the Hierophant in reverse came out. A need to dismantle those thought loops. Okay? There's a need to dismantle the thought loops. The negative self-talk, the self-limiting beliefs. Are you being like verbally abusive in your thoughts to yourself? This is something to look at. Are you not taking care of your physical body because you're too indifferent and apathetic? Apathy and indifference are a symptom of depression. So for some of you, if you're unaware of that, there is a chance here you should probably talk to your doctor, okay, about depression, and get a therapist. If you can, if you have access to that. Otherwise, you can do this work on your own, you know, through self-improvement content created by mental health professionals, and also doing shadow work. Yeah, there's a need to reparent yourself. Okay. Otherwise, there's going to be a Tower. This is a warning. Now, Towers happen for us, not to us. But it feels like there are really bad things happening to us when a Tower moment occurs. Oftentimes, not always. Sometimes Towers feel liberating. What it is an extreme change, a sudden upheaval. But based on what I'm getting here, that this is a thing of your childhood and need to reparent yourself. Tower card represents divine intervention. If you don't make the changes to this self-imprisonment, almost sort of like, for some of you, a victim mentality, being stuck in the mindset of a victim. If you don't start taking actionable steps towards repairing the damage that you didn't cause the damage done to you, my love. And I'm so sorry you went through everything you've been through. It sucks. It sucks and it's unfair. However, the only one that can pull you out of this, is you. You are responsible for taking the blindfold off. You are responsible for cutting the ropes that bind you. And it may not look like a direct cutting. It's not a quick, easy process. It's not an overnight healing. It can take years and years, and it can be a lifetime journey. Most of us will be healing, if we've had childhood trauma, most of us will be healing our whole damn lives, you know? But if you don't start the process, there will be divine intervention, and you may not like the way that it manifests, okay, sweetie? So it is time to start the journey of reparenting yourself. And there are lots of videos on YouTube you can find created by mental health professionals. I think we're gonna do a self-care prompt from my witchy little self-care deck, and then and we're going to do oracle, and we're going to do journaling prompts. I just want to do it all for you, Leo. I want to mother you right now. I do. It's that feeling of like, I want to give you as much information as possible in this reading. Let's start with journaling prompts. So sometimes these pull through additional messages. Like I will channel through additional messages, and sometimes they're just great for you to hear and write down the journaling prompts to answer later, or pause the video, and if you have the ability to do that. But you can also save the video for later and come back to it when you are able to write these down. You can also screenshot at the end. After we get the journaling prompts, I'll hold them up and you can screenshot them if that's the easiest way for you to keep track of what Spirit is advising you to reflect on. Okay, self-reflection. Self-reflection is going to be important for you in the near future. What do you need to give yourself today? Permission to relax or a healthy push? So this is absolutely Queen of Pentacles energy, mothering energy. 2112 on the timer. That's another mirroring number. So the mirroring, they want me to talk about the mirroring. If you had a parent who didn't nurture you, if there was neglect in the home, whether they had to work all the time, or they had an addiction, or they were just unable to give you the love and nurturing that every child deserves, there's a need. You've been mirroring that energy, my love. You've been treating yourself the way you were treated as a child. Most of you watching, if this is resonating, you'll know. There's a mirroring that Spirit would like you to do some self-reflection on about that. What do you need to give yourself today? Permission to relax or a healthy push, you know? Okay, the other two that flew out, we have, if you already had everything you currently desire, what would you desire next? And what do you wish you could tell someone that you feel like you can't? This is important. 2222 on the timer. So you might have been seeing angel number 222 or 2222. Start keeping track, okay? And then look up what the meanings mean. Okay, so if you want to take a screenshot, they're on the screen now. You have some homework, Leo. Okay, we're going to do a self-care prompt, and then we'll do oracle, and then we'll do charms, and then we'll get you out of here. Self-care prompt for Leo or anybody watching. Thank you. Anything else? All of the decks I'm using will be listed in the description. This is from the Witch Casket. Okay. Write about your future. Visualize your ideal future, then journal about it as if it's already yours. Not all of the self-care decks are about journaling or writing, so that is so interesting that we had, if you already had everything you currently desire, what would you desire next? And visualize your ideal future, then journal about it as if it's already yours. So that's scripting. So scripting is going to be a technique that you're going to want to look up. There's a book. I will put it in the resources section of this video, in the description of this video. It's called Heal Your Past to Manifest Your Future, and it's a trauma-informed. It's written by I believe, psychologist, somebody who is qualified. She talks about scripting, and she approaches manifestation from a trauma-informed perspective, because when you have been traumatized, there's a lot of like unhealthy, toxic positivity in the manifestation world, and there's a lot of blame that's just disgusting. But anyway, so she talks about that in the book. So if someone's interested, that'll be in the description. Go into detail. Visualizing and believing in the outcome is where the magic begins. And then the other self-care card, advise yourself. Think about whatever issues you are facing and imagine the advice you would give a friend in the same situation. Yeah, be more nurturing to yourself. Challenge yourself to receive that advice and to act on it. You deserve to love yourself just as much as you love others, so take that same loving advice. Okay, I'm going to put the self-care prompts on the screen if you want to screenshot them. Wow. Maybe you want to start working with the Queen of Pentacles if you're into doing tarot card studies or tarot card like meditations, visualizations, journeying with the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. She has so much advice for you, Leo. Wow. Okay. Let's see if we can get an oracle. If this has been helpful or thought-provoking, please do like the video, give it a thumbs up so that I know that the content I'm creating is helping people. And please subscribe to the channel. Make sure notifications are turned on. All those good things. And feel free to share if you think you know someone who my style of tarot reading would work for them. Snare of Nostalgia. Oh my goodness. Okay, and we had the Six of Pentacles, which is the card of nostalgia in the tarot. So we're going to read this one. We also had another one come out. Unraveling Thoughts. That is the Eight of Swords. And the Hierophant in reverse. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Spirit. That is so exciting. I love when this happens. I'm going to read from the guidebook for both of these. I think that came out in reverse because I think there are additional messages in there the Spirit wants you to hear. So hang tight. This definitely goes together. And then Snare of Nostalgia. So we will, and then Medicine was underneath that. Yeah, so medicine, reparenting, therapy, that kind of stuff. Okay. Whew. Okay. The seeker is burdened by memories of the past that call in the quiet of the mind and heart. A time when things seem gentler. These memories immerse the spirit in sentimental longing for the past that can be intoxicating. That's the Five of Cups. A sentimental longing. Grief. You know. Like a siren song, we may be unrealistically romanticizing the past, remembering only the good times and forsaking all of the challenges, finding ourselves trapped and paralyzed by the snare of it. Nostalgia comes from two Greek words, nostos, homecoming, and algos, pain. Nostalgia can be an escape from our current realities and hardships, as it seems much simpler to retreat into sweet memories. Balance is vital to avoid their lassos. Notice when your mind wanders to a glorified past and gently bring it back to the present. Ask yourself what past memory is baiting you, and see it realistically with both its joys and its sorrows. Remember that each moment holds potential, and comparing the present with the past robs, that's exactly Four of Cups. Comparing the present with the past robs the current moment of its full potential. By mining the depths of your nostalgia for both the pleasure and the pain points, you can refocus on the present and allow new insights and growth to unfold. Yeah. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Unraveling Thoughts. On the path towards self-realization, the seeker encounters critters that tug at their ankles and storms that heave and swirl through the mind. Find the strength to release them. Allow them to just be and redirect your focus towards the horizon. As a focus leans forward, you'll find those nagging thoughts unravel and fall in a heap at your feet. Fall at a heap at your feet, like cutting the ropes that bind you and letting them fall in a heap at your feet. Shake them from your boots and continue through the storm. A sound resonates through the chambers of the seeker's heart and reverberates back into the mind. With unwavering resolve, the seeker unveils a sacred covenant, a pledge to relinquish the chains that have bound them to this labyrinth of suffering. If you have Aquarius in your chart, definitely check out this reading. I will post it here. It is, I think it's literally titled something with the labyrinth of suffering. So that might be relevant for someone. Wow. Thank you so much, Spirit. And let's get some charms. Charms can act as signs and symbols your spirit team's been showing you as confirmation, or that they will be showing you in the coming days, weeks. Sometimes they act as clarifiers. Okay. Charms for Leo. Thank you so much, Spirit. Okay. We have 1111. So that might be a number you've been seeing. It's the number of manifestation. We have a snake and two hands with a sun and a moon. So a balance between the masculine and feminine energies within us. And then the snake represents transmutation, shedding old skins. And then we have a pentacle. If you've been worrying about financial matters or career, financial stability, you might be interested in checking out, especially if you have Aries in your chart anywhere, like predominantly, you'll probably want to check out the Aries reading. I will link it right here because there's some good news for you in there, okay? And then last, we have a key. So, you know what? The Hierophant has keys on it. You are the key, I'm hearing. You hold the key. Will you unlock the door? The door here is unraveling the thoughts, right? Doing the shadow work or inner child healing, reparenting that your soul is calling for. You have the key. Will you unlock the door? Will you do the work? Only you know that, Leo. Thank you for sharing your energy with me, and I hope to see you here for readings in the future. And until the next time, I am sending you so much love. Take care.